Buongiorno, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we have a review on a new release and it is on the new Belle Flower Edition from Jean Paul Gaultier. So if you want to know all about this fragrance, how does it compare to any other fragrances from the market or from the line, and would I recommend this one, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi. Welcome, my name is Noura and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances, so if you are a fragrance lover then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. I do a lot of reviews on new releases. I already did on all the new releases in 2025, so I already did on the 2 new releases from Narciso Rodriguez. I also did on the new Chanel Chance Au Splendide and others. Everything will be linked in the description down below. And without further ado, let's start. Let's start with the packaging, and I have to say it is absolutely beautiful. I am a fan of the packaging of the original Belle, this color of flower, and also the flanker. What was it called? The one in the blue bottle. I really loved also the packaging, not so much the fragrance, I have to say. Oh, so it was a little bit difficult to get this lid up. Okay, got it. So here is the fragrance. This is 100 ml and you have this beautiful flower here on the bust. Very, very beautiful packaging. So let's talk about the fragrance. I was about to skip on this fragrance because I was not a fan of the flankers that came out from of Belle. Not Le Parfum, because Le Parfum is great, but the others, the green ones. This is one I'm talking about. So I was about to skip on this one, but then I read the notes and I was like, oh my god, this just seems right up my alley. So this has top notes of apricot, I love, has mid notes of jasmine, magnolia and osmanthus, and I am recently really loving osmanthus. And in the base you have vanilla, vetiver and patchouli. And I was like, okay, this seems like an osmanthus, a little bit sweet, maybe vanillic, apricot-y, so a fruity floral, so something that I would love. So I actually blind bought this fragrance and I totally regret it. This fragrance opens up with a chemically cough syrupy apricot smell, very, very, very strong. Yeah, the best way that I can describe the apricot used here, it's like cough syrup. You get immediately the magnolia, so it's not what I expected, like an apricot osmanthus fragrance. It is an apricot magnolia fragrance, and I should have known because you see the flower. This is a magnolia for me, right? I don't know what it is. I think it's a magnolia. It looks like a magnolia. Anyway, it is totally a magnolia fragrance, which is quite a strong flower note with this cough syrupy apricot. Is head inducing. Is really head inducing. This is also extremely syrupy sweet, very sweet. I smell something that is not in the notes, and it is honey. I am getting a little bit of a honey note here in this fragrance. Not very strong, but it is there. And as I said, not a fan of the opening, but I said maybe I will love the dry down. Maybe sometimes fragrances have this very harsh opening, but then in the dry down they become creamy and sweet and delicious and absolutely beautiful. Is it the case? No. Well, it gets more vanillic in the dry down, less cough syrupy. So I have it in my hand actually in the dry down, and it's definitely less cough syrupy. I'm not getting so much this honey notes that I talked about. The apricot is still there. So in the dry down, it's apricot, vanilla, magnolia. So if you were expecting an osmanthus fragrance, this is not it. The more it goes towards the dry down, the more you will get the vanilla. But I believe what is ruining totally this fragrance is this apricot note. The apricot here is not good. In the opening, it's cough syrupy. At the end, it's almost plasticky and very, very headache inducing fragrance. Very off-putting, I have to say. Like, I did not enjoy this fragrance at all, and for me was a big disappointment. And I would go as far and say I would not recommend this fragrance. It's just too plasticky, too cough syrupy. There is other sweet fragrances on the market. Performance was 10 out of 10. This remained almost for the whole day. I mean, I sprayed it in the morning and it stayed and lingered till the evening, which I did not like, by the way. But anyway, and the projection, and I did not overspray, and the projection, I would say, was quite strong. Did this fragrance remind me of other fragrances on the market? I have to say it was between two fragrances. The original Burberry, I will put a picture of it here, but not exactly. It's not as dense and thick as this one, but it gave me the same feeling. And for some reason, it also reminded me a little bit of Chopard Cashmere. Now, that fragrance does not have apricot. I believe it was peach. I'm working from memory for both of these fragrances because these are very old fragrances that I tested a long time ago. And I don't know even if they are still on the market. So it was almost like a mix between these two fragrances with an M-top apricot. So you have this decadent sweetness, almost gourmand feeling of Chopard Cashmere, mixed a little bit with the kind of apricot used in Burberry. It reminded me of the sharpness that I got from that fragrance, but much worse on this one. So it's kind of a mix between the two. The density and the thickness of Chopard Cashmere mixed with this strange apricot-y note that is in the original Burberry Woman, but made worse, not better. So 10 out of 10 packaging and performance, but the scent, I will give it a 3.5. Let's be generous and put a 4 for attempt, because it had potential. If they just used another accord for the apricot and maybe switched magnolia to another white floral, this would have been a stunning fragrance. Anyway, that was my review. Unfortunately, quite a negative one. Like lately, I am doing a lot of negative reviews and I don't like it. But what can I do? I am going to tell you what I think, and I think that this is the big flop. So I hope this video was helpful. Please tell me in the comments down below, did you try this fragrance? What do you think about it? And check all my other reviews in the description. If you enjoyed this video, I will highly appreciate it if you gave me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And also consider subscribing to my channel if you didn't already. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.